Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am VC Pramod with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds bilateral meetings with presidents of China and Russia on the sidelines of Shanghai Cooperation Summit in Kyrgyzstan capital Bishkek. Prime Minister Modi to address the summit tomorrow. Centre asks states to organize village-level campaigns to cover 1 crore farmers under Kisan Credit Card Scheme within 100 days. Cyclone Vayu causes heavy rain in coastal region of Saurashtra in Gujarat. ISRO to launch India's own space station to send more humans to space. India among top 20 economies to receive FDI inflows in 2017-18, says a UN report. And in ICC Cricket World Cup, India and New Zealand split 1 point each in a washed-out match. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held bilateral meetings with presidents of China and Russia at Kyrgyzstan capital Bishkek this evening. The talks were held on the sidelines of Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO summit, which began today. During their meeting, Prime Minister Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping reviewed the bilateral relations and agreed to take them to the next level. The Prime Minister said both the countries have improved the strategic communication, which resulted in resolving a wide range of issues.
बहुत सारे विषयों में हम आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। हम दोनों को एक प्रकार से समान रूप से कार्यकाल मिला है और अधिक काम करने का। वुहान में हमारी इन्फॉर्मल समिट के बाद हमारे संबंधों में एक नई गति और स्थायित्व देखने को मिला है। हमारे बीच स्ट्रेटेजिक कम्युनिकेशन में बहुत सुधार हुआ है। इससे एक दूसरे के हितों और चिंताओं के प्रति अधिक संवेदनशीलता भी दिखाई दी और नए क्षेत्रों में भी सहयोग की दिशा में बढ़ना चाहिए.
Briefing media after the talks, Foreign Secretary Vijay Gokhale said India and China have agreed to give further momentum to their bilateral relations on the wide range of issues. Mr. Gokhale said the improved strategic communication between the two countries resulted in resolving some of the long-pending issues like opening of the Bank of China branch in India and the issue of Masood Azhar.
Both leaders did a review of the bilateral relationship and they agreed that there is a new momentum in this bilateral relationship since the Wuhan summit in April last year. The Prime Minister specifically noted that what had improved between the two sides was strategic communication at all levels. And in that context, some of the issues that we had been able to resolve through that strategic communication included long-pending issues like the opening of the Bank of China branch in India, as well as the resolution of the issue relating to the listing of Masood Azhar in the 1267 Sanctions Committee.
The Foreign Secretary said that during the bilateral meeting, the issue of Pakistan was also discussed. He said Prime Minister Modi informed the Chinese President that Pakistan needs to create a terror-free atmosphere, but as of now, there is no change in ground realities. Mr. Gokhale said the Chinese President again congratulated Prime Minister Modi for his re-election in general elections. President Xi said this reflects the aspirations and trust of the people of India placed in Prime Minister Modi. Mr. Modi also held talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Speaking to media after the meeting, the Foreign Secretary said Prime Minister Narendra Modi will attend the Eastern Economic Forum to be held in early September at Vladivostok in Russia.
President Putin has invited the Prime Minister formally to be the main guest for the Eastern Economic Forum at Vladivostok in early September, and Prime Minister has warmly accepted this invitation. The Prime Minister felt that this is an new area of cooperation, something that must be explored actively by both sides.
Mr. Gokhale said the Eastern Economic Forum meeting will be followed by India-Russia annual bilateral summit. At the bilateral meeting, Prime Minister Modi said in order to make the participation in the forum meaningful, India will send a business delegation and representatives of 3 Indian states to Vladivostok and Russia Far East prior to his visit. Both the leaders also reviewed trade and business relations and noted that they are on an upward trajectory. Showing interest in modernization of Indian railways, the Russian president said they will study the upgradation of the Nagpur-Secunderabad line. Prime Minister Modi also thanked Russian President Putin for successful implementation of defense manufacturing project in Amethi under the Make in India initiative. Our correspondent covering the PM's visit reports that on the sidelines of the summit, Prime Minister Modi is also scheduled to meet many other world leaders, including Afghanistan President Ashraf Ghani and President of the Kyrgyz Republic and SCO Chair Suranjay Jeenbekov. The Prime Minister will address the plenary session of the SCO summit tomorrow, where he will present his vision for the regional cooperation and development through the SCO forum. Mr. Modi reached Bishkek this afternoon to attend the two-day meeting of the Council of Heads of State CHS of the SCO summit. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Minister Narendra Tomar has requested all states to organize village-wise campaign to cover 1 crore farmers under Kisan Credit Card Scheme within the next 100 days. Mr. Tomar said this while chairing a meeting with agriculture ministers of all states and union territories via video conference. An official release said the implementation of 3 key schemes of government, namely Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana, PM Kisan, pension scheme for small and marginal farmers, and Kisan Credit Card campaign were discussed during the meeting. Mr. Tomar urged all states and union territories to expedite the process of enrollment of all eligible farmer families and beneficiaries in a time-bound manner so that the benefit under PM Kisan for the period from April to July can be transferred directly to their bank accounts.
We have to work like a mission as 14.4 crore farmers are to be benefited through this scheme. We have to achieve a target of 10 crore farmers in the first phase. Therefore, we have to enhance our efforts intensively. In case of Kisan Credit Cards, banks have assured of full cooperation to achieve the target.
The PM Kisan Yojana is an income support scheme for farmers. It is a 100% central sector scheme which will give farmers 6,000 rupees per year in 3 equal installments. BJP President Amit Shah has said his party is yet to reach its peak despite the success in the Lok Sabha polls and stressed the need to expand its base to new regions and sections of society. Addressing the meeting of party national office bearers, state chiefs and general secretaries in New Delhi today, Mr. Shah said in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, people have rejected the politics of casteism, dynasty and communalism. Briefing media about the meeting, BJP General Secretary Bhupendra Yadav said the discussion was held on party's membership drive and it was decided that former Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister and BJP Vice President Shivraj Singh Chauhan will be the convener of the drive. In Gujarat, coastal region of Saurashtra is experiencing heavy rain with thunderstorm after Cyclone Vayu changed its course and skirted without making a landfall. Weather scientist Manorama Mohanty said in Ahmedabad this evening that high alert on cyclonic storm will remain in force for the next 12 hours despite the storm changing its direction away from Saurashtra coast. She said Junagadh, Porbandar, Gir Somnath and Devbhumi Dwarka districts are likely to receive heavy rain with wind speed approximately 90 to 100 kilometers per hour. Briefing the media in Gandhinagar, Gujarat Chief Minister Vijay Rupani said high alert sounded on Cyclone Vayu will remain in force till tomorrow morning. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh today reviewed the preparedness of Indian Navy along the Maharashtra and Gujarat coast in view of the Cyclone Vayu at the Naval Headquarters in New Delhi. An official release said he was briefed about the ability and readiness of various assets of Headquarters Western Naval Command. Indian Navy ships Chennai, Gomati and Deepak at Mumbai have been embarked with humanitarian assistance and disaster relief and relief material and are ready to be deployed at short notice. As the Gir forest, the only abode of Asiatic lions, falls under the cyclone-prone zone, Gujarat Forest Department has deployed skilled wildlife trackers and forest guards in Gir forest to push lion families to move out from low-lying areas prone to waterlogging. Chief Conservator of Forest for Gir, Dushyant Vasawala, said suddenly overflowing rivulets emanating from the jungle often proves dangerous for lions who are not considered to be good swimmers. In West Bengal, the medical services in the government-run hospitals are virtually pegged into a deeper crisis. The agitating junior doctors are remaining steadfast of not resuming their work until the state government fulfills their demands. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee today visited the SSKM hospital and gave 4 hours ultimatum to the agitating doctors to resume their duty or vacate their hostels. Soon afterwards, 6 members of Striking Doctors Association met Governor Kesharinath Tripathi at Raj Bhavan and submitted a 4-point demand to him. They asked for deployment of armed police forces in the hospital premises and demanded the governor's intervention to settle the crisis. The governor soon afterwards forwarded the agitating doctors' demand to the chief minister to make an end of the crisis. The governor, however, appealed the agitating doctors to join work immediately. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan has condemned the reported incidents of violence against doctors in Kolkata. In a statement, the minister said he will take up this matter with the chief ministers so that such incidents can be avoided in the future. ISRO will launch India's own space station to send more humans into space. Addressing a press conference in New Delhi today, ISRO Chief K. Shivan said the ambitious project will enable the agency to send more humans to space when executed.
We are planning to have the space station by India. Then subsequently, we are going to join the international community for going to moon, manned mission to moon, and we want to create colonies in moon. So like we have a very, very clear plan.
Mr. Shivan said the mission will also be an extension of the Gaganyaan project, implying that there will be several phases to the human space mission project. A space station is a spacecraft capable of supporting crew members designed to remain in space for an extended period of time and for other spacecraft to dock. Currently, there is only one fully functional space station in the Earth's lower orbit, the International Space Station, and astronauts conduct different experiments in it. Meanwhile, Union Minister of State for Atomic Energy and Space, Dr. Jitendra Singh, today said Chandrayaan-2 will be launched on the 15th of July. He said it will land in September and will carry a rover. It will be an extension of Chandrayaan-1. Indian Coast Guard rescued an army official from the Arabian Sea at Cabo de Rama, around 25 kilometers from Madgaon, South Goa, this afternoon. DIG Coast Guard Goa, Himanshu Nautiyal, informed that a Chetak helicopter was deployed for the search and rescue operation following a distress call. He added that the rescued official was admitted at the Naval Hospital in Vasco, where his condition is stable. A Delhi court today sent an alleged member of the banned Pakistan-based terror outfit Falah-e-Insaniyat Foundation, FIF, to 5-day NIA custody in connection with the terror funding case. The court allowed National Investigating Agency NIA to quiz Mohammad Arif Ghulam Bashir Dharampuria in its custody. The agency had sought a 12-day custody of the accused. A UN report said foreign direct investment to India grew by 6% to $42 billion in 2018, with strong inflows in the manufacturing, communication and financial services sectors and cross-border merger and acquisition activities. The report ranked India among the top 20 host economies for FDI inflows in 2017-18. In the ICC Cricket World Cup, India were forced to split points after their match against New Zealand was called off without a ball being bowled due to persistent rain at Trent Bridge in Nottingham today. Umpires inspected the ground after the rain relented and the toss was delayed, but the conditions were not favourable. Tomorrow, host England will face West Indies in their World Cup 2019 league encounter at the Rose Bowl. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds bilateral meetings with presidents of China and Russia on the sidelines of Shanghai Cooperation Summit in Kyrgyzstan capital Bishkek. Prime Minister Modi to address the summit tomorrow. Centre asks states to organize village-level campaigns to cover 1 crore farmers under Kisan Credit Card Scheme within 100 days. Cyclone Vayu causes heavy rain in coastal region of Saurashtra in Gujarat. ISRO to launch India's own space station to send more humans to space. India among top 20 economies to receive FDI inflows in 2017-18, says a UN report. And in ICC Cricket World Cup, India and New Zealand split 1 point each in a washed-out match. And that's all in the news at 9. Good night.